channel. So today I want to talk to you guys about how to start your novel. Some people think that you should not start your novel off on action, and I'm sorry guys, 20 Degrees Part 1, start off with action. I think that for me, I want to draw you guys in. So by me drawing you in, I made the first chapter, probably the first 2 pages is probably like a lot of action in it. And the action of the first part is actually telling you what the story is going to be about. And gradually through the story, you will see characters new characters have been introduced into the book, and then later on throughout the chapters you'll find out who's the bad guy and who set up all the turmoil that was going on in the first chapter, on the first 2 pages of the chapter. That's on the first book of 20 Degrees. And was it hard for me to create the action? No, it wasn't. The hardest part in the action book is creating the fighting scenes. I think I mentioned it in my videos before where I have problems on naming the moves where my characters do these high kicks and kick ups and all this stuff like that. Excuse me, my cat is around here somewhere. Poo-poo! 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 The birds! No, he didn't get the birds. Poo-poo! You hear him? Poo-poo! He's running. Anyway, so where was I? So, the beginning of the novel. So I think that your action book, if you're an action genre, I think there's nothing wrong with opening up with some action. I'm not sitting here saying the whole action, the first chapter, but I put some action on the first 2 or 3 pages of 20 Degrees 1 to get my point across on what this was going to be about. So basically, from the beginning page, for the first 3 pages, you're going to know what this book is about. But then as you read gradually into the chapters, you see what the story starts developing even more, and then as it developed more, some people seem to think that when you come to the middle of your book, that's where the problem starts to create. And for me, it's actually the beginning, because I don't know how I want to actually write the first chapter. Do I want it to be action? Do I want it to be, oh, the sky is blue, we're walking to the grocery store and all of a sudden something explodes? I don't want to do that. I don't know. So it's like when I did part 1, I actually thought about Jason Bourne, because when you first see the movie in Jason Bourne, it wasn't all blue skies. It was like gray skies, raining. Bourne, I think on the first one, I think it was on a boat, I think, and he had an accident, lost memory. So it panned out really good because the book is damn good, the movie was damn good, you know. So I think that starting your book off with action, there's nothing wrong with it, because here it is. I grew up watching action movies, and so since I grew up watching action movies, part 1, I didn't have time to even think about writing a love scene in there until towards to the end. So I think that having action on your first chapter, first 3 pages of your first chapter. I don't think there's something wrong with that. But then some authors think that there is something wrong with that, because you're not pretty much building your plot with the action. But I think that I am building my plot with the action, because if I'm telling you what the action on the first 3 pages is about and what they're doing, then okay, this right here is about weapons. They're gonna be stealing weapons, So yet we know that this is gonna be someone stealing weapons, but who's stealing the weapons? Who's got the weapons? So as you read later on in the chapters, as you read later on in the chapters, you're finding out that okay, Big Ronnie is in on this, or Left Hand Blaze is on this. So, boom. So it's like, I think there's nothing wrong with having action being developed in your first 3 pages in your first chapter of your book. The second book, it was not, when I first started, it was not the action in the first 3 pages. Actually, in the second part of 26 Degrees, I actually wrote the last ending, and the last ending of part 1, I wrote it into part 2 because it's like a continuously, but it's like different characters on a different action story, a different plot, but yet the first plot was closed. Yet I'm running it into the second book. So I actually had the court case of Red Dawn closing on the beginning of 26 Degrees 2, and then the second part was created, the Kadosh case, and Kadosh is Israel. So this is to me it's pretty fun. I think that I'm still learning in the learning stages of being an action genre author. Am I taking this in stride? Yes. Am I having fun? Yes. Sometimes I feel as though that I started this so late in the game, but yet maybe it just wasn't my time then, and it is now. You know, you'll never know what God has in store for you until something comes to your mind and you just run away with it, and that's what I did. When I went and did Resilience of a Black Woman, I got that book out, and I just couldn't figure out what's next. You know, and after that book actually was out, I actually asked myself, what's next? You know, am I going to be an author, or was that just it on that book? So I said, well, you know, I want to continue this because it was so much fun. Actually writing a true story about me, and I think it'll be even more fun to create characters, to create scenes, to create something that you wish you could do and get away with it. I grew up watching actions with my father, so I developed that feeling. I adopted that genre because in remembrance of my father. So I think that starting off with action, there's nothing wrong with that. But I want to know the feedback what you guys think. You know, do you think that starting your action genre book off with some action, if you think is wrong to start out with that? Because being an author is all about grabbing you in, reaping your little asses in to saying, I want more. What the hell is 26 Degrees is about? Give me more. Part 1 was good. Is she's coming out with part 2? Yes, I am. Part 2 is coming out this year. Part 1 is coming out this year. And even though I have a lot on my plate, I am still going to get this shit out to you guys. And I promise you that. And I also promise you guys that I am going to be coming out with the book trailer with part 1 very soon. I can't wait to see it. And I think I had developed like 26 characters, 23 characters. In part 1, I didn't know how many, I had so many characters. And it's like on part 2, I don't even think it's nearly, I I had as nearly as much as I did on part 1. It's like I can't even keep with the bitches now. On part 2, it's like my mind is like it scrabbles. You know, so to write the names down and like, okay, what is this person? Why is this person? Who is this person? And it's like, because I don't want to get away with it and run away with it and this blow up in my face because I lost train of thought on what that character was, what that character is, what that character means to this book, and what the character means to the plot. You know, because I have so many main characters that I wrote in there as in being main characters. They have some supporting characters. Supporting the main characters is just so much. But this book, part 2, part 1, guys, I want you guys to indulge in it. I want this book to be a sellout. I want you guys to pretty much give me your input. I'm going to come out with a live stream soon, very soon. I think I'm going to start doing one once a month because I want to see what you guys are thinking, what you guys are doing. And I'm also going to be doing promos. I'm going to Atlanta and I'm going to try to get my book, Resistance for Black Women, out there in the black bookstores that I'm going to be visiting. I'm going to have that on my YouTube channel as well because I know I have been traveling a lot lately. The last time I traveled was in Virginia. I'm showing you guys the areas on what was actually in my book in part 1. So still I can't travel out of the country just yet because the country is just not, you know, where we need it to be just yet. So I'm going to be traveling inside the US. So it might be part 3. I might have all of my tours in the US instead of having it outside the US. It's just my mind is just so keen on different languages and different cultures and stuff like that. So I'm going to end this video on I don't think there's anything wrong with opening your book with some action. Just to draw you guys in. So put in the description where I'm going to be at in Atlanta and when my book's going to be coming out. And also leave comments. I love comments. I love commenting back. And tell me what you guys think on me opening my first book up to action and my second book somewhat opening to not being so much for action. I think part 2 is more laid back than part 1. Part 1 had more action than part 2, but yet there is action in part 2 because I think I took up some of the action and put it in a little bit of romance between Michelle and Casey, and that is another explosive story plot that I am planning on blowing you guys' mind with. I'm gonna blow it up. So thank you guys for joining me. I'm sorry for not being there, putting videos out there. Just been busy, but yeah, I'm still here. I'm still looking at other videos. I'll give my input and everything. So I'm gonna end this note. Thank you guys. Scorpio Mac. Take care.